Yes, I did call the victim a goober. Because he is. Yesterday, I was made aware of a self-proclaimed journalist YouTuber by the name of Long Island Audit. Okay. A Connecticut state trooper was approached by a journalist about embezzling $80,000 a year, increasing his pay to over $200,000 a year as a desk sergeant for pistol permits, and came out obviously under the influence. The blank in the reporter's face. Then, the reporter and his cameraman were arrested for voyeurism. Is this a real thing? Pause. So, what he does is go around and preaches the good gospel of America's First Amendment right. Hallelujah. But, it seems like he was practicing First Amendment rights on private property. Initially, when I was told about the altercation, it was cop spits on YouTuber, like in the face. So I'm like, good God, how dare someone spit on another person on God's America? You know, like how dare they? And then I look at the Sizzler reel and I'm like, damn it, he really did spit in his face. Like, holy shit. Spits in face.
Right now.
Oh!
Right now.
You spit in my face. Get that gun out of your hand, you
goddamn Connecticut state trooper.
I don't care who you are.
Right now.
You spit in my face.
My property
You're
right
going
now.
to jail now.
Get
Look
off
at
my
this.
property
Look
right
at
now.
this. He spit in my
Get off my
face.
pro-
You saw you're
right
going
in my
to jail.
face.
It's all being recorded.
I don't care.
I know you don't care.
Property
because you don't face any
right now.
consequences. Don't
This is
spit
the
in my
biggest
face.
mistake you ever
No,
made.
no, it's not. It's just a big.
And like, in all honesty, if he's trying to interrogate this cop, it straight up is an interrogation. It's not an interview. But interrogate this cop on why he's doing evil things. This could have been an email. Why are you expecting a guy who you are telling everyone he falsifies documents, yada yada yada, to suddenly be honest with you because you're at his doorstep? That makes no sense to me.
Hey, what's up guys? Long Island Audit here, back again with another video. We are currently at an undisclosed affluent location here in the state of Connecticut. Excuse me, Corrupticate. We are here today, as you can see, to peacefully exercise our First Amendment right to protest and resist tyranny, and also to investigate allegations of corruption that has been made against Connecticut State Trooper Sargent Brian Fahey. As you can see behind me, Sargent Brian Fahey is no stranger to tyranny and corruption. Let's get into it.
Like, legitimately, when the chat was showing me your video, I was on your side. I'm like, how dare he spit in your face? I hope he gets arrested. The book thrown at him. And then when the video kept playing out more and more, I was less and less on your side because you were saying that you weren't committing crimes, but there were signs. This is all based on an insider tip. It could be a setup from top to bottom. Ooh, I didn't think about that. Like he's playing freaking 5D chess. Oh, wait. Where's the neighbor's house? Because there was a split in the road.
What do you think I'm doing, you psychopath? What do you think I'm...
Nope, in Rhode Island there's no stand your ground. But if someone pulls up looking for problems, you can literally end their entire life. Yeah.
doing?
Now. Get off
What
my
do you
property
think I'm
right
doing?
now.
Oh! Okay, so there's a split in the road. And then there's another private road sign. Yeah, one of my neighbors from like multiple moons ago, she had an issue with one of her neighbors because it was like she had this 10-acre property, right? And then these people who like lived on the other side of the road, they wanted to connect their back road to her road, which she thought was her road. I thought it was her road. So they go through this legal battle, and turns out that they have like some legal authority. I don't know if this is just Texas, but basically, since they were building a new house, because it was like their old house goes directly to the street in front of their house, the neighbor's house. And then that easement that they were building the new property, because it was like their house, the new property, and then my neighbor's house with that road in the back. So to access that back road, since there were so many trees and it was so dense, the courts awarded that new house an easement. So they had access from the middle house onto the neighbor's private road that led out to a street. Yeah, curtilage easement, legal for entry. Yeah. So this is a private road. How did she word it? Because she was so mad, but it was like, it made sense. Because they would have to like bulldoze, I mean, so many trees to get to the other road. It was a landlocked house, and then it led up to that private road. I don't know what my dog's doing. Imagine they charge him with federal charges for crossing state lines. The whole thing is a setup, and the footage is actually part of an investigation. Wait, on whose part? The investigation? Oh my gosh. Did he cross state lines to be here? That'd be nuts if he did. Golly. So, judging by the video, I don't know if it's edited or it was just never in there, but you pass not one private road sign, but 2 private road signs. You have no business past those signs. So, later on in the video, you ask people to call you out and say, like, hey, if I've done anything wrong, let me know. 2 signs right there before you even see his house tell you, hey, this is a private road. I know there was a sign going on the split that was like the sign at the mailbox and then the sign at the split saying private road, do not turn around. Private road, if you were not given explicit permission from the homeowners, HOA, what have you, to be on that road, you have committed a crime. It's a private road. That is the same thing as a no trespassing sign. You see that? It says private road. Did you put that there? If the answer is yes, you have business on there. If the answer is no, you can't go past those signs. So that is no longer public road. The only other thing I can think of is maybe the homeowners put like the private road no turnaround, but like legally that is a public road, so they still shouldn't have done that. But you don't know that. Yeah, so the only way you can figure out if those signs were just put there illegitimately is if you can find out if that driveway is public access. If it is, then I don't know if those signs mean anything at that point. But realistically, it seems like you didn't do research. To me, it seems like you didn't do research on the roads.
You have nothing.
No,
You have nothing.
I do, actually.
No, you don't. What's your reasonable article? A disturbance? You better learn the law, man. I'm telling you right now, you better learn the law.
The other way around.
No. Reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime. You see this spit right here? That's reasonable, articulable suspicion. He committed a crime.
Okay, so if the crime's against you, I still need your ID.
Literally. Literally. Oh my gosh. Because I know in the back of this dude's mind, he's like, he spit on me, I'm gonna sue him. But what police report is he going to use to show that he was spit on if he never shows his ID? That's wild.
I'm not gonna do it, but he's in my face, inches from my face, and he goes, and he spits in my face. All of this is his DNA. He spit in my face, and I still didn't do anything because he has a gun in his hand. And I left the property, and then you guys arrived immediately, lights and sirens, and I'm trying to explain.
Have, like, you're half.
I understand. It's all recorded, though.
Show the footage. Him being like, oh yeah, it's all recorded, yeah. And then not doing anything about it. That makes him look more sus. They probably wouldn't have arrested him had he just shown the footage on the spot.
Actually, all I see at the moment is just sweat.
But I'm telling you, this is, I feel his spit on my...
And that's another thing too. Like I have the video kind of just like playing in the background. So it's like he goes on and on talking about like you're trampling on people's rights, yada yada yada. But you went on private property. That is his right to have private property. You didn't pay anything to be there. You are trampling on his rights, and you documented it too. So this whole like a lawsuit thing, I don't know how you're gonna do it. Just a follow up. This dude plans on suing them at like a federal level. I get that. Whatever. Do what you want to do. Him making this follow-up video and just like reiterating his points and stuff, he should just shut up and let his lawyer take it. I can't stand it. He's content brained. This video should be taken down. The other video should be taken down. I know it's on the internet forever, but still, like, he needs to do his part and let his lawyer handle it. But when he's spilling the beans like this constantly, the other officer, or whoever the officer freaking decides to hire to come, like, check him out, maybe his lawyer, whoever, they can see all of this and build an easy case against him. Because he's showing time and time again how many times he's met this officer in public and started beef, and then finally he shows up to his house with, like, this live portrait of every single time they've had contention. Like, he should not have this out. And I want y'all to understand, too, that in no way, shape, or form am I supporting what Fahey did. Calling the cops, that's cool. Being armed, that's cool. But him arming himself and running out of his house to chase this guy down, just completely insane to me. There's just an ego issue. He's a state trooper. I'm sure if anyone called him during an emergency, like, hey, let's say there is a person that caused them physical harm in the past and they show up on their property. This is completely hypothetical. But I feel like a state trooper would tell that person, you know, stay in your house, lock the doors, stay on the phone, make sure you're armed. Not chase them down the driveway, spit on them, and chase them all the way down to the street, you know, and bump chest the entire time. Completely uncalled for.
What an injustice. First and foremost, I would like to...
Shut up. Oh, you're killing me. Oh my gosh, what an injustice. God, I can't.
To thank all of you who joined me for my live stream yesterday. If you haven't seen it, I will leave a link to it in the description right below the like button. And I have to thank each and every one of you who have stood by me and supported me and donated to help me fight these unlawful charges and to hold Sergeant Brian Fahey accountable. Remember, the process is the punishment. If you would like to donate to support the cause, you can do so by clicking my GoFundMe link in the description below. Thank you. I appreciate you. Now, I will be FOIA requesting all of the body camera footage and the 911 call, police reports, anything I can get my hands on. As soon as I have everything, I will share it with each and every one of you, so make sure you stay tuned to the channel. But until then, after my cameraman and I were unlawfully arrested and our camera shut off, we were placed in the back of a patrol vehicle and taken to the Groton Police Department, where we were placed in a jail cell to be booked and processed. After some time, a police officer came to my cell and said I was going to have a $10,000 bond and that the cameraman was not going to have any bond. He just had to sign a promise to appear. Some time passed again. He comes back and he says, Mr. Reyes, there's a lot of moving parts here because it involves a Connecticut state trooper.
All right. That whole, like, one injustice line, it really seals the deal on, like, how you just have zero accountability with all of this. You trampled on someone else's rights by going onto their property. I don't know how you could say that, like, oh, it's public property. If it's public property, you should have felt welcomed enough to just walk slam into his house and just, you know, start chefing up something in the kitchen. So your bond being raised, it was raised because there's more charges added. So me and chat, we looked up voyeurism. I'm no attorney, lawyer, or whatever, but voyeurism is going on private property and recording without the homeowner's consent. And based on your video, you fit the description of voyeurism. And your cameraman fit the description of voyeurism. It seems like you have hired a cameraman to go onto private property to record the homeowner without his expressed permission. I'm assuming you don't have a letter from Fahey saying, hey, yes, journalism YouTuber guy, come onto my property so you can scare me and I can say no to your questions immediately.
So I said, well, I played his game. I said, well, then arrest us both. Arrest me for breach of the peace and arrest the Sergeant Fahey for a breach of the peace. He said, put your hands behind your back. I complied. I put my hands behind my back. You're being arrested for breach of the peace. Officers then move over to my cameraman, who has not said a word the entire time. He's just no criminal record. He is just a young man trying to make some money, be a cameraman for an independent journalist.
He was committing the crime with you. What do you mean he's innocent? What do you mean you're innocent? That makes zero sense. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and then being surprised that your cameraman, who's also charged with voyeurism, you can't have that charge unless there's a camera, and he went on private property. According to your instructions, it seems like you hired this young man to make a living, but he had to hold the camera in order to record on this property that was private. You did not have permission. That's how he got hit with voyeurism. I don't understand how this is just so confusing for you, or confusing for anyone. I'm looking in comments too, and it's just an echo chamber of people who just don't get it. Like, another thing I wanted to talk about was the whole EMS thing. So, I am just a beginner with the whole, like, CMA stuff. So, just, like, bare minimum medical assistant, okay? So, when you want to be swabbed, I think you have one of two options, because, like, when I was live streaming, I think this was, like, 2, 3 in the morning, so it was really late for me. But you have, like, one or two options. One is if the cops order that whole swab kit to be done on you, or two, you voluntarily go to the hospital. Like, let's say they are arresting you. You have the choice of getting that order from the cops so they can swab you for evidence, or you go to the hospital. But the first option, where, like, the cops order that whole swab kit, they still have to transport you to the hospital. So, them asking you, hey, do you want EMS? And you say no multiple times, that looks like you're not afraid of whatever's in that spit. Like, you don't really want to be tested. Because they don't have, like, little kits in the ambulances where, you know, they swab you and keep it on XYZ. Like, the swab kits, those things are huge. Like, I don't know. I'm like 5'8", 5'9". The kits are like that freaking big and like that wide. They are huge. They're not gonna have a bunch of those in the ambulance. They might have one on like a random day, you know, but they're not gonna keep like a ton of those for their entire shift. So that's why they send you guys to the hospital, or whoever to the hospital, to get those kits done. So for you to be like, no, yeah, I want freaking EMS to come, and then when they're there, you don't want them to transport you. You don't want that kit to be done. Like, that's what that is telling EMS. That's what the officers are seeing. So in any situation where you are offered EMS, take it. Take it. And especially one where it's like possibly there's a crime being committed. Take the EMS thing, because like eventually if you want to sue them, you can get that money back. It's totally fine. Like, even if you're worried about like the ambulance ride and the testing kit fee amount, if you're planning on suing the person that affected you negatively, you can get those fees, everything paid back. But yeah, that's about it. You guys have a good night. Bye.